Hello.
Hello. Greetings. Stuart, is Red really quiet for anybody else?
Hello?
Yeah, really.
I think you've got a different mic being used or something, because you're really distant.
How's that?
That's better.
No.
Yeah,
Picking up
hang on,
the
I just
one in
gotta
my
shut some doors.
It's picking up my webcam mic, not my headset mic. Where are we?
Back in just a second.
There we go. Just make sure I don't bug the parents with this. Awesome. Alright.
Evening, everyone.
Hey, Nova.
Now I'm going to get it out of the way now. Accelerate, accelerating, jolt, jolt, accelerating.
It all works. You're all good.
Okay. Where are we waiting
Why can't I pull Roll20 up? Nope, never mind, it's working.
Ah, good. So I think we're just waiting for blogs now.
Alrighty.
If you guys see me start pulling weird faces, it's because I'm having a couple of warheads.
I was wondering what that crackling noise was.
Can you hear that already?
Oh
Yeah.
yeah, that's really loud.
Oh, sorry.
Lots of
I
snap,
just thought
crackle,
that was
pop.
red. I just thought that was red just rolling around dice.
We'll say it's
like,
that.
Like really dastardly, like he's just got rotating him in his hand like a evil genius. I think he's about to go get some actually.
Oh my god.
That's
All
the
the
jar of
dice.
dice.
Oh jeez. All the dice.
All my RPG dice, yep.
No wonder we get screwed over when you've got that many rolls you can do.
I'd roll them all, except I've got all these tiny little. You might not be able to make them out in the camera. Like I don't want to ever sort of roll them all because I've got all these D6s in here that are quite small.
Oh
Oh,
what?
bloody hell.
I just got them
right.
as some sort of novelty die thing, and there's a whole bunch of them in there. So if that ever spilt, they'd just go everywhere.
Yeah, I'd be worried about losing that in the heat vent.
Oh, I don't care if I lose them. There's a bunch, like as I said, there's quite a few of them in there. It's just, yeah, I never want to spill the whole thing out. I'll just tweet at Blark, see if he's joining us.
Alrighty.
Or if he's going to have a mic tonight.
Yeah. Well, he was getting really bad lag last time, so that's why he stuck to chat.
Yeah, he was having some issues with it.
Hmm.
Alrighty. Just check I've got all my devious things in place.
That worries
No
me.
devious things, please.
We already had enough devious things with the disconnections last time.
There's only sort of one real devious thing.
No, there's not.
There's only currently
not
one
valid.
devious thing. Let's just see how you roll first.
No,
Yeah, let's see
don't,
if our rolls have gotten any better today.
don't do this to us.
The real devious thing that Red's got planning is he's got his modem hooked up right under it at the bottom of the camera, so he can just yank the cord at various times.
When I think you're rolling too well.
Auto
I
logging,
see.
nice.
No, it's going to be on the word slowing down, or just 2 words.
Decelerating.
Decelerating, yeah.
The train started to
That wasn't happened last time.
You can't fake it as well on video chats, but you should be able to just go,
Mm.
you used to just be able to do that. Hello, Blags. Can you hear us?
Currently muted.
Hmm. Hiya, DC.
Shout out.
DT.
He said he was fishing for a shout out.
He's always fishing for shout-outs.
I have still not actually figured out how to join the YouTube stream chat.
The way it should go in is that any questions that you ask, I think, need to go through the Google Plus interface. Like, I don't think that it pulls the YouTube comments, which is a bit weird. Like, it will pull questions from like that little Q&A box. It'll pull them from people who join through Google Plus, but not through YouTube.
Well, given that YouTube's doing the whole Google Plus account thing, I guess it kind of makes sense.
Yeah, you'd think they'd integrate it a little bit more.
Yeah. But unfortunately, can't ask for too much, can you?
It's not like they've got the billions of dollars to, throw at this sort of thing.
No.
We have the technology.
They're too busy spending it all on, like, Boston Dynamics. Those walking robots. Well, I'm sure they're quietly somewhere fiddling with their own VR system.
Oh, definitely.
It'll be, the next stage of Google Glass.
I was going to say they'd integrate it with Google Plus and then achieve 0% market share.
Ouch.
Oh, the burns.
Alrighty. Well, if Mort's still fiddling with his dinner, we might start, and then when he comes back, he can just jump into the initiative order.
I suppose the question is, does anyone actually remember the initiative order from last time?
I know I was first. I rolled a 20, but I don't know whose turn it actually is now. I think actually I actually took a shot, but I think I missed. If I remember correctly. Yeah, because I rolled a 3. Yeah. So that was when you mentioned the word jolt, and then it all went wrong, Red.
Yes.
So therefore, the accelerating train caused me to miss my shot because the pretty much I got jolted to the side and I missed. So that's kind of who it
Okay.
was. So who was after me? You still got the order from
I'm just
last
looking
session?
back through the log. Right, it was you, followed by Rusif, followed by Fetus, followed by Blargs, followed by Ranger, followed by Nova. Yeah, because Ranger came a bit later. That's okay.
right.
We'll start from the top of the round. Is probably the easiest way to go.
Now, if I recall correctly, the train was accelerating, so anyone on top of the train have a greater chance of being knocked off or something. Is that right?
That's right. So what you'll have to do is if you get struck by one of the monsters, you'll need to make a might roll to maintain your balance. So it's not going so fast that you're sort of flying off it yet, but it is getting a bit harder to keep your feet on top of the train.
I love
I
that you
think-
put yet on the end of that sentence.
No, I think if I remember correctly, Rusif, you actually tried to charge that one at the bottom and you failed to do so. Like I think you tripped on the way.
He charged at it and took a swing at it, but missed because he was unsteady on his feet. So I'll pick it up from the top of the round. It's probably easiest.
Mm-hmm.
So the train has just begun to accelerate. So you're now entering into that condition where you are having a bit of trouble balancing. The rest of the party, other than Rusif and Scrapper, are still inside the train where there's one of these eyeless creatures within. So Scrapper, your turn.
All right. Well, I'm going to take a shot at this guy here.
Yep.
Okay. Ah.
Nope.
Yay. Nope.
The bolt whizzes off into the darkness on the side of the train as you aim at that creature.
Ah, boy. At this rate, I'm going to run out of ammo before I even have a chance to hit anything.
You see it sort of tilt its head and hear the bolt go past, and then sort of turn its attention back to where it had heard the shot come from. It's now sort of heading directly in your direction, like it's sort of facing you. Fetus.
Yes.
There's one dude inside the train.
Okay. I'm
That one,
still
they got
inside with that thing, am I?
You're still what, sorry?
I'm still inside the train with that thing.
Yes, you are.
Lovely.
It's alright, Blags and I are there as well.
I should point out that it might be worth noting that in our last session, Nova and Mort attempted to get its attention to somewhere.
via the
We
ceiling.
We tried to hurt it towards the window it smashed in through.
Oh,
It
okay,
hasn't-
right.
It hasn't made any overtly aggressive moves yet. It's still
Can
just
I
trying to
sort of-
suss out where we are.
Can I
And
sort
they
of
use the
chaperone
sound
by
of
the
the
window?
they use the sound of the crossbow bolt to lure its attention.
Oh,
You know,
okay.
I think you guys were in a scent dampening zone or something.
That's correct.
Yeah, I had my oddity activated.
Yep.
Oh, goodness. Alright. What do we got here? Can I... So its attention is still on the window, I take it.
Its attention was at a point sort of halfway up the roof. They were on the roof above the window. They were leading it towards the window using the sounds of their shots spanging off the roof.
Okay.
It's now
Yeah.
within a couple of feet of the window that it came in.
Can I... throw a shin on the edge of the window?
Yes, I'll get a. It'll be a simple speed roll, so you won't need to roll very high, just to get your aim right.
Oh shit!
It's going to be a long battle.
You throw the shin, and whilst it does hit one of the windows, it bounces off and hits the creature right in the middle of the forehead.
Nice. Yep.
It sort of, you see it react to the impact, and then sort of brush at its forehead, but then it doesn't, take any further action other than to continue sweeping around with its hands, trying to identify where the noises are coming from. Okay, and the turn then goes to Blargs.
Excellent. Excellent. Now, taking left's throw as a sign of action, I wish to attack it.
Oh,
Okay.
no.
Do it. Cleave it in
War
half.
declared.
Just push it out the window.
No. That's way too simple, man. But I'm gonna hit it with my axe.
Okay. You're trying to hit a 9.
Oh, this is gonna be bad. I could put stuff into this, but that would ruin all my fun.
Nice.
Yeah, that does it.
That'll be enough.
Okay. You bring your axe sort of up, ready in an outside sweep, almost like a baseball swing. Within the confined areas of the carriage, your party members sort of have to duck back a bit to get out of the way of it. And then you bring it round in a strong cleave into the creature. Where the axe impacts, similar to the one that you'd shot up on the top, a green slime starts leaking out of its body. There's no blood, there's no... you can't see sort of any evidence of internal organs, but you do damage it. So how much damage does that do?
That is a very good question. You think I'd be on top of this? Because I've done this
It's a
before?
heavy weapon, isn't
It's a
it?
heavy weapon, so it
Yeah,
should,
I went for heavy, and I think that's it.
yeah, it should be 6, I think. Okay, so the creature sort of holds its side, and you see it sort of start to rub the green slime around the area. And then it sort of, sets its feet apart in a sort of ready combat stance and starts advancing towards where it thought the blow came from.
Now
But
you've done it.
I am the greatest.
Okay, Rusev.
Well, considering where I am, I suppose I better just go for a stab.
Yep, that'll be a 9 as well, giving you that close.
Yep, a 9, which turns into a 6 because I'm using a light weapon.
Mm-hmm.
The only issue is that I doubt this is going to do damage.
Oh.
Ah.
Okay, the knife connects with the creature. The blade sort of plunges in, and as you feel the knife plunge into the creature, it encounters very little resistance. Like usually, you've stabbed a couple of guys in the past, and usually when you stab, you run into bone or you run into some organ on the inside. Here the blade just sort of goes in, and as you twist it out, it leaves, again, a green slice across it. At the front of the carriage, you feel an impact through the, like a vibration come through the carriage, and you're not sure of the source. However, then you see crawling up the front of the carriage another creature.
Great.
Where are we?
Oh boy, it's Venom. Whoa.
Creature
that's
composed entirely of green slime
Oh
has crawled
no.
up the front of the carriage. You notice that the slime that this creature is made of looks identical to the green that is leaking out of the few creatures that you've made contact with. It sort of sniffs, sort of moves around as if it's sensing. And then you see it bring its tendrils sort of up to where its mouth would be if it was a, if it had a mouth that you could detect. It's sort of got an internal glow coming from a series of small little points of light within it. And you see a large number of these little points of light gather in at the center of its chest and then move up where its throat would be until it spits out this ball of slime with these little glowing lights within it. It then sort of shoots the slime ball from its hands across the top of the carriage. Rather than be a sort of pure liquid as you almost expect it to be, the slime forms into little globules, each with a single point of light within it, and spreads across the top of the carriage. Some of it impacts the fighters on the top. And you notice where the slime hits, there's a little point of light within each globule. The second that those points of light hit you, the crawlers on top of the carriage, the others, all suddenly direct their attention directly towards you.
Oh god.
I told you not to do this to us.
This one is going to move forward, and so is this one. Going to start sort of crawling across the carriage, sort of directly towards you. This one here, is going to take a swipe, so I'll get a speed roll to dodge.
Actually, I just had a thought. Considering I hit that one before, was that enough to knock it off balance, or is it just like steady on the ground?
It managed to keep its feet because you only sort of hit it with a slash with a knife rather than a big forceful club blow. It managed to keep its feet.
Alright, here goes the speed roll to avoid.
Oh my god.
Oh!
Damn, Bruce if I ain't getting enough of this.
Okay. Not only do you manage to dodge out of the way, you manage to, in your dodge, bring through a kick and sweep its feet out from under it. Now it falls prone onto the carriage, and you notice it almost roll off the edge. It sort of grips the edge of the carriage to keep its balance, but it's well and truly sort of frazzled in its state down there, and it's sort of you're struggling to keep its balance on top to stop from falling off. And the turn then goes to, where were we? You've been. Nova.
Okay.
You're within the carriage. You don't know that the big green slime thing is on top. You just felt an impact at the top and a bump and heard something on top before hearing the other creatures scramble along the top.
Okay, well now that Blargs has obviously turned its attention towards us,
You're welcome.
I wasn't thanking you.
No thanks needed.
Humble.
What I'm going to do... How close is it to the window? Still.
It's still only, it's about 2 feet.
Okay. So close enough that if I was to run up and try and just force kick it out the window, it's a potential for it to fly out.
Yes, you could do that with a might roll, but to get it sort of out in one kick and impact will be quite difficult.
Hang on. Can I suggest something? Can these things hear?
They can hear, yes.
They can.
I said last time that you could communicate about 3 words worth of communication using hand signals.
Okay.
So whatever your idea is, if you want to communicate it non-verbally to your comrades inside the carriage, you have to do it in 3 words.
I should let you know, just a reminder, in case you weren't aware, I don't understand the hand language.
Okay.
Understands the flexing language.
Can I signal for you to kneel down behind?
Behind the creature.
Behind.
Kneel
down behind.
I will kneel down behind.
Kneel down behind. Nova, how do you interpret kneel down behind?
Probably poorly. Okay.
What's the universal hand sign language for what the fuck?
Yeah, pretty much. Okay, I'm going to give Fetus a highly quizzical look, and then shrug my shoulders at him, but see if I can like get past the creature, so I'm on the other side of it. So we've got him from both sides.
That's way more than 3 words.
And kneel.
Okay.
So basically, I'm going to try and roll past him and kneel behind.
Okay, to roll past him, I'll get a speed roll.
Okay.
Nice.
Okay.
Wow. He does
You
well.
managed to sort of skid around the carriage and...
See, now if I tried to kick him out of the window, that would have worked.
Yeah, sorry about that.
You crouch down behind him. It's sort of still thrashing around from where it took the wound before and doesn't notice you. Okay, Scrapper. You feel another jolt. And the train continues to accelerate more. So that means it's going to be a more difficult might roll to keep your feet.
Okay. Well, given that this guy is going to be basically attacking me in melee next turn, I'm guessing I'm going to have to switch out to my knife.
Mm-hmm.
Going to further bend my knees to try and maintain my balance a little better as it's accelerating.
Mm-hmm.
And then move forward and then try to stab this guy on the right side.
Okay. So that'll be a difficulty 9. Or difficulty 3. You need to hit a 9.
I was going to say,
difficulty
what?
9, hit a 27.
Like, I roll a 27 on a 20 roll. Yeah, thanks. Oh, my rolls. God,
Wait,
the
what
dice
weapon are you
gods,
using?
why are you forsaking me? Just my knife.
That might be a light weapon.
It is a light weapon.
So it reduces the difficulty of any task in attacking by 1.
It does?
It does.
Huh.
So you manage to nick it with the edge of your blade. It's a close thing, but you get it in a deep gash along its arm. You see this, what you'd usually consider to be flesh, open up, but it sort of opens up and it looks almost like a green jelly either side of the wound. Now that you're up close to it, and I'll move you close to it where you could actually slash it.
Yeah.
If you look at the skin, you realise that the skin on these creatures is not very well kept. You think basically the skin is just kind of keeping the jelly in. It's not living in the same way that you'd expect skin to do.
So
Xenos
it's a
mutant.
skin suit.
Okay, Fertus, your turn.
Why did you have me kneel?
So, Nova is kneeling at the legs of this creature, yeah?
Nova is kneeling behind the legs of this creature. I think I know what you're trying to do.
Can I now use Nova to trip the creature through the window?
Okay, that'll be a might roll. Because it's being assisted by Nova, you're only trying to hit a 6.
Nice.
Okay.
If this fails, this is going to fail terribly for me.
I'm gonna put some effort into it because I don't trust my dice.
He rolls a
Please
1
do.
and he falls out the window.
Oh god. Here we go. Oh, nice.
Petis has rolled a 1, dear audience.
Considering he only had to beat a 3, that is surprising.
Yes.
Oh my god.
I say again, if I tried to kick this thing out of the window when I rolled a 19, this wouldn't be an issue.
Oh, dear.
Petis, you move
What do you got for
in
me?
to shove the creature, and while it's sort of flailing, it grabs you, and it manages to get both its hands sort of on your shoulder. You give it a look of fear for a second, and then it spits in your face, hitting you in the eyes with a green goo over your optical senses.
Yep.
After doing that, it bashes you in the chest, and you'll take 3 points of might damage,
Wonderful.
and that sort of knocks you back from it. But you are still upright.
Okay, I'd say that was a success.
Oh, that was glorious.
And Nova is down on the ground going,
Oh dear.
You had me do this for what?
What would be the short signal for your version of what the fuck? Just a flip off.
Blargs, your turn.
So this is completely unrelated. Well, it's not completely unrelated. It's related due to incompetence, though in this case, this is entirely my own. I just noticed I have a +1 to damage with axes thing, and I think I only ever remembered to mention that during the first piece of combat we had in the first session. So I'm on top of this game thing. Anyway, now I might not understand hand signals, and I might think that Fetus is a little odd, but if there's one thing I do know, it's pranks. So, assuming Nova is still in the kneeling position, I would like to attempt to shove the thing out the window.
Okay.
Please, not another one.
It's a difficulty 2 task. We're trying to hit a 6.
Oh my god.
He rolled a 2. A 2.
Blargs has rolled a 2.
This is roller K all over again, isn't it?
Now it's like 5 roller Ks.
Oh wow.
I'm going to intrude.
Of course you are.
Fantastic.
It moves back out the way and reaches its hand into the wound that you'd opened up on it, and reaches out a handful of slime, which it then shoves into your face. Rather than into your eyes, this is covering your nose and mouth. You're quick enough to sort of clamp your mouth shut, but it's constricting your breathing. And it's sticky, so it's going to be difficult to get off. Okay, Rusev on top of the carriage.
Start.
If you had just let me kick it out the window.
On his 19.
Just
My
Nova's
19.
just looking with disbelief at just how bad these guys are failing. He's just like, fuck's sake.
Rusev.
So, in terms of these creatures, when I stabbed it before, did I also notice the same thing that Scrapper noticed, in that it seems as though the skin is more just like a suit rather than actual skin?
The skin parted very easily. Yes.
Isn't the one that Rooster was fighting the one I shot earlier, or is it the one I'm fighting now?
It's the one you shot, yes. But
Yeah, so
that
you
was
definitely would have noticed it.
Yeah, I'm just considering whether or not cutting off its fingers will actually do anything, because the goo might still be there, but the skin could just fall off. I'm going to try that anyway.
You haven't seen them sort of regenerate from their wounds. You haven't seen it sort of instantly come back or seal over. It's more like when you cut into, or when you put a spoon into jelly rather than and it actually tears rather than splushes. Technical term, splushing.
So, just out of curiosity, is the last attack I did 3 damage. Was that enough, or just not enough?
It's not looking real healthy. You can see that the green out of it is oozing fairly prodigiously.
In that case, I'll just go for try and slice across with my blade and try and cut off its fingers as it's still trying to hold onto the side of the train.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not going to do effort.
Yeah, no, it's a pretty easy attack.
He's got it.
Whoa!
Okay, so you managed to cut off its hand. It continues to scrabble for a second before falling off the side of the train.
Yay!
First blood.
Down.
Okay, the big guy at the end of the carriage sort of leans forward and starts charging down the carriage, but it only gets about that far.
Oh, fuck.
Yeah, screw that speed.
Yep. Okay, the next turn, it's the creatures. So this creature is going to move, so I'll get a speed roll from you, Rusev.
Go on, Rusev.
Yep. Maybe.
Oh. Then again, you
Okay,
did get a 20, then 19.
Yeah.
Okay, it manages to hit you. It's not a very hard hit because it's sort of moving, but it's enough to unsteady you. So I'll get a might roll to keep your balance.
Crap, I forgot about that part. No effort.
Oh.
Okay. It sort of swipes and you glance out the way of its impact, so it only gives you 1 point of damage and you maintain your footing.
Sweet.
Scrapper, the one near you, is going to attack you.
There we go. Please, can I actually roll well? Please. Fuck it. Oh my god.
Okay, it hits you with a
Maybe.
bit of a bigger hit, so you are going to take 3 points of might damage, and you also need to do a balance roll.
Oh no. Thank God. At least I got that
okay.
going for me. But I still took a fucking hit. Damn it, Scrapper.
Okay, yeah, it sort of hits with its fist, like using its fist as a hammer. It's not a sophisticated combat style, but it does pack a decent punch. Despite that, because you've braced yourself well against the top of the carriage, you sort of take the hit on the chest, and it hurts like hell, but you manage to stay standing. The one inside the carriage is going to attack Fetus, who was blinded before.
No, it's
Now,
not.
because you were blinded, it's going to be a more difficult roll to dodge out of the way. So I'll get a dodge roll from you.
Alright. Nice!
Not nice.
Okay, it manages to strike you as well for 3 points of might damage.
Oh, hey,
Jesus.
Red. By the way, I've still got my light armor on, so it just makes it 2 damage, right? Did I take?
Yes.
Brings it down by 1. Okay, cool. Just making sure. Thanks.
Okay, and then the turn goes to whoever was next. Nova, I think you.
Well, now that I've
So
successfully survived through these people's incompetence, I'm going to extend my forearm blade, and as I'm behind the creature, I'm basically just going to stab it through the back of the neck, or what would be the neck if it was human.
Damn.
Okay, it hasn't perceived you, so I'll let you bring that 1 point in your favour.
Just.
Okay.
Jesus.
You extend your forearm blade and stab it in the back of the neck. As your blade sort of goes up through it, sort of pierces through its neck and then up through its jaw. Similar to the others, you've realised that that the skin is quite thin and is not altogether. So your blade sort of goes through and meets no resistance. But you've sort of left a gaping hole sort of through its neck, and you can see through the hole
Hi,
up
Vlogs.
to its the bottom of its jaw, and you can sort of see through to the other side. It's now thrashing wildly, almost in its death throes, but it's not quite dead.
Okay.
Okay, Scrapper. Scrapper, you notice from where the large slime creature spat at you earlier, those little tracer lights are sticking to your skin and to your clothes, but they're not sticking to any of your metal components that you've got on the outside. And now that you look around, you notice they're not sticking to the surface of the train. You can see globules of the slime with the lights in them sliding down the surface from the breeze, but it's not sticking to the metal. It doesn't adhere. It's just something you notice.
Interesting. Is any of the so I got goop on me now, right?
You have goop on you, but not on any of your sort of metal armor or metal tools or anything.
Cool. Don't have to worry about that for now, anyway. Okay, I'm gonna try pretty much the same thing again to stab him on the right side to see if I can push him left as I stab.
Okay, to sort of stab and wrench, it'll be a difficulty 4 to do both.
Well, I haven't been rolling well with the normal rolls anyway, so hell, why not?
But you can put it.
Wow.
What's wrong with my rolls? That's a 2. Jeez.
Oh, by the way, Blargs, before when I intruded, 1 XP for you and 1 XP to give to someone else.
Okay. I'm gonna give it to Nova for dealing with our awful rolls.
At least you can do
Well deserved.
Okay, Scrapper, it ducks around your blade and shifts around this way because it sort of worked out what you were trying to do.
Dang it! Alright.
Okay, next in the turn. Who was next? Was it. Where are we? I've got my initiative order here, I do. Fetus, your turn. You are still having difficulty seeing, which seems to be a thing with you.
Yeah.
Along with the souvenirs.
Hey, you got your eye back. Use it.
Oh, I can consider the goop a souvenir. It's fine.
Drink it, maybe.
How? Oh Jesus! I suppose I've just got to focus on getting this goop off me first, don't I? Before I can be of much assistance to anyone else, namely Blargs who can't breathe.
Okay, so to sort of wrench the goop off in the middle of the battle, it'll be a easy might roll. And I'll let you do that as your first action.
Sorry?
I'll let you do that as your first action. So if you do wrench it off, you can then try something else. Okay, it's sticky, but you manage to get your fingers sort of underneath it and peel it off in one layer.
Okay.
And before sort of throwing the goop out of the window, so you are no longer blinded.
Wonderful.
Yay!
You can now see that the creature you've been facing has a giant hole in its throat and the bottom of its chin.
Okay.
You're welcome.
Where is Blargs in relation to all this?
Blargs is close, but he sort of backed off a bit when he started choking from the goop.
So Ranger's ready to join the fray soon.
I think I'll opt to help Blargs. So I'll try and tear the goop from his face while leaving the face intact.
Okay.
That's reassuring.
I was going to might roll.
I'm glad you put that last bit in there. It was going to be like,
I was going to might roll for that.
Here we go. Blargs,
This could end so badly.
Just hold still.
Yes!
Oh, wow.
Jeez, man.
Okay,
Like a
you
face
managed.
peel, you look all pretty.
Fetus just
That's
rolled
fast.
a 20, those watching at home. So you managed to reach over to Blargs and pull the slime off of his face. In addition, you manage to then take the ball of slime and sort of throw it back at the creature, and
Okay.
it sort of hits it on the side of the head for 2 points of damage.
Nice.
Its own blood hurts it, or its own stuff hurts it? Okay,
So
cool.
it's more the fact that it was thrown with a fair amount of force.
Oh, right, yeah.
That's a 20 in might. So he sort of pulled it off, screwed it up, and, went, and threw it back at it.
Nice.
And next
Actually,
year,
that
he'll be
creature was
pitching for the
pretty
Dodgers.
That creature was quite injured. So you actually managed to kill it by throwing its own ball of slime at it.
Excellent.
Oh, God, epic kill.
Okay, Ranger, it is your turn.
Excellent.
So there is now no creature inside the car.
I say,
There are
as
two-
Ranger wakes up and rolls off the seat.
I notice an relatively high rolls this session as well.
And a lot of low ones.
You
too.
missed,
I'm
you missed
sorry.
the 1 and the 2 before,
Oh, okay.
and you also missed this climbing on top of the carriage.
Ah,
And-
huggy monster.
And spitting sort of these little light globules at the guys
Ooh.
on top.
Okay.
I just realised that is the freakiest gummy bear I've ever seen.
Yeah, it could be Zach from LoL. Yeah. Color and everything.
Well, I guess I'll spend most of my first turn climbing up and out. So there's nothing left inside the carriage? Did I hear that right?
There's nothing left inside the carriage.
Okay, then I will climb out the nearest window.
Okay, up to the top.
Yep.
Okay, the nearest window to you is probably over here, and let's see if that just did what I wanted it to do. It did.
Yep, there he is.
Okay.
That's it, take out the gummy bear.
It's probably taken you a fair bit of effort to climb out on there, so that's probably
Definitely.
your turn for now.
Yeah, that's cool.
Okay. This guy was charging, and while it senses this guy was charging, and while it senses you climb up, it's still going to move to here, next to Ranger, and try and tackle. So I'll get a speed roll to dodge, please, Rusif.
I thought was Ranger climbing up the same ladder that me and Scrapper came up?
No,
Yeah,
he
he
went out
said
the
he was-
window.
He went out the window.
Ah, okay. Alright, dodge check to avoid the barreling puddle goo. Oh shit.
Oh no! Another one! What?
Loop.
Okay,
This is
Rusif
a
has just
session of
rolled a 1.
extremes.
Oh man.
Okay, it tackles you and hits you with the full force of its tackle. So it's going to do 5 points of damage. Like damage, minus whatever your armor
Yeah.
takes off of that. It's also going to try. It's also going to sort of grab you and push you towards the edge of the carriage at the back.
Oh god.
You are sort of teetering on the edge, and it's sort of now trying to push. That's the only time you've managed to regain your footing. Now, because it was moving at just a big hit, it still managed to knock you there. I'm not going to make you roll a thing because it's still sort of grabbing you and pushing against you. Scrapper, this one is... Hang on, is it your turn yet? No, it's your turn now, Rusif.
Can I attempt a dodge action or something to basically get away from the edge of the train, either rolling underneath this creature's legs or something like that?
You can. That'll be a speed action. Difficulty... to get under it, because it's sort of in, it'll probably be difficulty 4, because it's so close to you.
Effort for that I have. Don't want. I'll just do one regular effort rather than 2. Come on, 9. Whew.
Got it.
Okay, you managed to move around the side of it and move to there, but that's probably your whole thing because you were sort of teetering on the edge. Okay, this one is going to swing at Scrapper. So dodge roll, please, Scrapper.
Of course. There
Oh
it
my
is.
god.
My defense is strong.
This is
Okay,
damage
similar to what
extremes.
Rusev did before, is you dodge to the side of it to here, and do what you tried to do before, and push it towards the edge. And it is now also trying to maintain its balance on the edge of the card. And this one will move to here, but not attack just yet. It's trying to work out what quite's going on with the big guy. Nova.
Okay. I'm going to try something different. Because I'm going to follow Ranger out the window, but as I'm climbing out, seeing as I'm trained in climbing and stealthy tasks and all that, just checking my character sheet, I want to like shimmy along the side of the train and see if I can't grab this creature by the ankle and pull it off.
Nice.
Or is that going to
Okay.
be too much for one?
I'll let you do that because you're trained in the climbing. So
Okay.
you'll shimmy along to... oh, come on. There.
Yep.
So you've shimmied along to there, and now you can attempt a might roll to pull it off.
Okay. I'm going to put effort into that.
Come on, Nova. Take this guy out. Nicely
Yes.
done, 18.
You grab it by the ankle and give it a good yank. Because of the wounds that had previously been opened up before on this creature, the skin sort of and part of its foot come off in your hand,
Ew.
and you are suddenly holding its foot. But because and it suddenly loses its balance and falls off the train.
Yes.
Keep the foot, that's a good trophy.
That's the Numenera's version of the Lucky Rabbit's foot.
Yeah.
The lucky slime
The
monster.
slimy goop. Scrapper.
Okay. Well, I'm gonna definitely give Rusev a hand, and I might actually try to knock this guy back off the edge.
Knock
If
the big
possible.
guy.
Giant gummy bear.
Yeah, because
Okay.
definitely he would have barreled past me when he tackled Rusev. I want to basically pay back the favor and just knock him off the edge.
Okay, that'll be a difficult might roll. It's probably a 5 because he's bigger than the other creatures.
Hmm.
But you can apply effort, or you can get Rusev to assist you, which would bring it down 2 points to a difficulty 3 if you do effort and get Rusev's assistance.
I'm actually close enough to Rusev to just tap him on the shoulder and just give him a little bit of a signal on what I'm planning on doing.
Yep. So
Okay.
Rusev, you need to. This will be in lieu of your turn later in the order. You need to also do a successful might check.
Yeah, so what I basically just tap Rusev on the shoulder to get his attention, and I point to the big guy and then just make a big sort of pushing motion, so it's like basically I'm just planning to get him off the edge of the bloody train.
Mm-hmm.
I look at Scrap and just like, I think they know we're here. There's no point doing the signals anymore.
Okay.
Well, you might not be able to hear me because the accelerating train might be a bit loud, so therefore...
Well, it's three words.
In any case, I shall attempt to assist. So is this also a might 15?
So you won't need to get a 15. You just need to hit a because you're assisting. You just need to hit a 4.
So a 12.
A 12. Yep. And you can also put effort into that.
I've taken a bit of might damage, so I'm not going to do effort.
Oh dear.
Fuck.
Okay, you try to position yourself for a shove, but fail to get any leverage. So Scrapper, you're applying effort.
I'm going to be risky here. I'll apply 2 effort.
Do you have enough of a effort pool to do that?
My effort's 2.
Okay.
That I put 1 extra into there with my 4 XP that I had. So is that okay? Can I do that?
Yep, if your effort is 2, yep.
Yeah, it is. So it'll bring my pool down to 8. So that brings it down to difficulty 3. Does it? Or is it?
That'll bring it down to 3. That's right.
Yeah. So I got to roll a 9 or higher.
I think.
Oh no!
I think the only thing with using extra effort is that, as opposed to the first level effort, which costs 3, the second level only costs 2, if I remember.
And the third level is free.
Yeah.
Well, so how much did it actually cost me to do that?
I think it cost you 5. I'd have to check
Minus
that.
your edge.
So.
Oh, sorry, I got edge wrong.
I haven't got
move?
edge in there, so
Oh, you don't have an edge. Okay.
I don't have edge, so that pretty much just cut my health in half. Oh.
That's right. You move next to the large creature and try and shove it. As you try and push into it, your hands sort of squelch on its surface and start sinking in a bit, so you can't get a proper purchase. You shove it off. It sort of senses what you're doing and doesn't quite look, but sort of senses where you're coming from. And you sort of draw your hands back out of it just in time to miss a swipe aimed at your head in retaliation, so it doesn't connect. Where are we? Fetus, your turn.
There's nothing in the carriage. Can I climb out the up the roof, up to the roof, please?
Yep. Would you like to go out the window or through the hatch?
Through the hatch, please.
Okay. Where are we? You climb out through the hatch. You're not trained in sort of climb, are you?
No.
Okay. So that's you there.
Wonderful.
All right. Ranger.
Yes.
Help.
Okay. I really have no idea what to do to this thing.
Shoot it.
Which way? Which way are are Scrapper and Rusev facing the?
They're near the rear of the train.
This guy or this guy? Which way are they facing?
They've both tried to push this guy,
Okay.
the big guy.
So they can't see me.
They saw you climb up, but now they aren't looking at you.
They're not looking at me. Okay. So I can't run up and use their shoulders as leverage to jump on top of the.
I'll let you attempt that. It'll be a hell of a speed roll. If you want to try and jump on the big guy.
Yeah.
That's a bit of a run, isn't it?
I'm going to go rule of cool on that and let you do it with a very difficult speed roll. You're trying to hit it's difficulty 5, so you're trying to hit a 15.
Okay. I can burn 3 points of speed. Actually, I have 1 edge, so I need to burn 2
2 points of speed.
Okay. Oof.
Oh dear.
Okay, you run towards the train, and while you're halfway there, you slip in some of the slime that had been left. This is an intrusion, so 1 XP for you and 1 for someone else.
Alright. Let's give it to Scrapper.
Awesome, thank you.
Okay, so you slip in some of the goop that had been sprayed before and lose your balance, but you've still got some momentum going, so you start sliding this way along the train, almost heading direct for Fetus, and you've got no balance, so you sort of careen wildly across the ground there.
Heads up!
The big guy is going to try and grab Scrapper for what Scrapper tried to do just a minute ago.
Crap.
Scrapper, I'll get a speed roll to dodge.
Okay. Oh. Well,
It hits
I
you
might
like
die.
a jackhammer. 5 damage minus whatever your armor attenuates.
Oh god.
God.
That makes me on 1 might. I'm gonna get knocked out.
Correct me if
Okay.
I'm wrong. I'm just going to throw an idea out here that I don't think anyone's considered. Doesn't someone have a rather powerful explosive device in their artifacts / oddities / ciphers?
We
You've all got
do.
ciphers that you could use.
Yeah, the
Just-
issue
Because if
with
someone's got some explosive one, shove it into the big guy and let it blow him to hell.
that, if I remember correctly, I have a musically triggered explosive, but we never figured out the exact note to activate it. But if I think, who's got a bow as a weapon?
I do.
I believe
I've got a crossbow.
Sorry, I have a crossbow actually.
Ranger, I'm just going to say that you got the explosive arrow from way back when.
Oh, yeah, I remember that. I didn't actually get it, but I do remember
You
that.
do now.
It
Oh,
was an
yeah.
explosive arrow.
No one's claimed it, so just say you have it.
All right.
The party members are intruding on Red's story now.
No, I'm more than happy for you to use your ciphers. In fact, you should be using your ciphers.
Yeah, all
That's the
I've
thing, I
got,
don't have any ciphers. I used mine.
I've got a shirt
mine
that
as
displays muscles and internal organs when worn.
Give that to Blags next time he
Yeah, I
flexes.
was gonna say, shouldn't that go to Blargs?
You can actually use that for diagnosis. It's actually like an X-ray shirt.
Oh, okay.
Wait, someone,
it
I
actually seemed,
Diagnose why his flexing is terrible.
it actually seemed like a significantly useful item, and it wasn't something that I ever really wanted to give away or, use up. So.
Blags,
can't
it's
remember.
your turn.
I just had a thought as well. I believe someone has the wand of dissembling or something like that. The one that Glass Hands had.
It's a shock wand, so you can hit creatures with that, and it will like stun limbs and disable limbs, including slimy legs. But Blags, it's your turn.
Right.
You're the only one still inside the carriage.
Yeah, how much can I squeeze into a turn of minor things? I want to, just so I don't forget about it and leave it in the carriage, I'm going to grab my candle and blow it out, leaving me in the dark admittedly, but I'm
Can
sure
you
I
pick
can
up my
manage.
chin, please?
No, there's no time to waste. None at all. I'll also then just slowly put my axe away, and then very slowly switch to my hand axe and shield. And if I have time, maybe jump up out onto the top of the train.
Okay,
You're a
you're
real
kind of
pain in the
beneath Fetus on the ladder,
Okay,
so you can sort of pop your head up, but Fetus is sort of standing over the hatch, so you
So-
can't.
great view.
Yeah. Oh, you're there. Okay, so the big guy is going to take another hit at Scrapper, who he's
Oh, seriously?
I think has almost got. Scrapper, I will get a speed roll to dodge. I suggest you put effort into it.
Oh, fuck. Yeah. All right, fine. I'm
Believe
gonna
in the
have
heart
to.
of the dice.
Fuck it. I'm gonna throw all my effort into this one then. Again, all 2 of them. So that'll bring it down by 5, right?
That will bring it down by. He'll bring it down 2 levels. So you're trying to hit a 6.
Okay. Thank God.
Okay. Despite the fact that you're physically exhausted, you muster some strength within you to dodge out of the way of its giant sort of green slime fist as it swings towards you.
Alright, you're gonna have to figure out how much.
Blow hits the surface of the carriage, leaving a slight dent, but
Jesus.
your head isn't between the fist and the surface, so you're happy.
So is
Okay,
this
and
thing like non-Newtonian fluid?
it's you're not quite sure how its fluids work. The only real thing, other than the fact that it doesn't sort of flow, the only other thing that has been noticed is what Scrapper noticed before.
Okay.
Right. This guy is, now that it sees that the big guy's attacking Scrapper, is going to move over here, and it's noticed Ranger lying on the ground. So Ranger, I'll get a roll to dodge, and that'll be trickier because you're on the ground, so you're trying to hit a difficulty 4.
So is that a 12?
Yeah, you're trying to hit a 12 with a speed roll.
I may burn another 2 points.
So you're trying to hit a 9 with the roll.
Oh,
3.
son of a bitch.
It hits down onto you and does 3 points of might damage. You're already on the ground, so it's not going to knock you over. But yeah, you take 3 points.
Okay.
Okay, the turn goes to Nova. We had some success last time pulling a guy off the train.
Okay. You said Ranger had the explosive arrow, correct?
That's right.
Okay, well I'm going to move over to him, try and grab it from him, load it into my own bow.
Okay,
I can't deal with these people anymore.
okay. You move across the surface of the train to Ranger and take the arrow from him and load it and begin lining up a shot. Scrapper, your turn.
Okay, well I want to get the fuck away. I don't know which way can I really go here? I mean, are the guys beside me blocking my way? Can I only go backwards from where I am, like backing away from the crazy version of Flubber?
You can go towards the head of the train, which is this way.
Yeah, because I really need to back off, otherwise I'm gonna die. So yeah, so I'm basically just gonna try and back off as far as I can.
Okay, you back off to about there.
Okay.
Just FYI, you don't actually die until you exhaust all of your pools.
Well, I'm going to pass
That's
out
right.
on a really highly high-speed moving train. You know, it's not going to be very favourable for me if I pass out.
Yeah, you get. I think it's you get disabled, and then you get totally incapacitated, and then you die as each pool goes down.
You do have an instantaneous recovery roll that you can use for a turn, though, don't you?
You do.
Yeah.
Yep, you can use one in combat.
So will that take up my entire round?
It will if you want to use it your next round. Yep.
Yeah. All right. I'll wait till next round to start sticking to range. Because obviously, me and a knife aren't exactly the greatest thing. Nor charging things off trains. Who knew?
Okay, your turn, Fetus.
Okay, so we've got Nova aiming down the big one, yeah?
Yep.
So, how do I, hang on, oh god, what's happening? Help.
Help, huh?
I would pretty much
I
just
can't
shout.
move my
I would
icon.
also like to just quickly shout out to him. Distract him, please.
Oh, okay. Well, in that case, can I...
Hello, my baby. Hello, my honey. Hello.
Where are you?
All of a sudden, Russo's musically powered explosive goes off in his pocket.
Nice.
You should start to move your token now.
Okay, can I just try and bear hug this big green thing? Because
You're gonna
that's
try
gonna
and-
really help.
Yeah,
Are
bear
you
hug
going to try and
clobber.
do what Techie tried to do before and shove it off?
Not
You might have a
really.
better chance.
Just hug it out.
Just hug it
Just
out.
hug it out.
He's a big gummy bear. Give him a big hug.
Are you really going to try and hug it, given you know that Nova is
Yeah,
ready?
there's an explosive arrow going there.
I'm saying I'm about to attempt to blow it all to hell. So
I'd like to try and kneel down behind the other one. Because that went so well the first time. But I also need to distract the big one. Can I throw...
I'll let you do an intellect roll to distract him, to
Excellent.
draw its attention. That will make other people's shot easier. Just remember that your turn is between, is between its and its turn is between yours and Nova's, so it will probably have a chance to attack you.
Right, okay.
But you know your pools are pretty full, so.
Except for might, yes, I'm okay. So I'm going to throw 2 effort into my intellect roll.
2 effort or
Which-
2 points?
2,
2 levels?
yes, 2 points of effort.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Yep.
Here goes. Oh, shit.
Okay, whilst you do manage to sort of attract its attention, now that you're on top of the thing, it still isn't moving to engage you. It's sort of trying to, it's sort of regarding you. It can't sense you as well as it can sense Rusev and Scrapper because you're not covered in the little tracer slimes. So it's not going to make a move towards you. Ranger, you are lying prone.
I get up.
You are now standing up.
Gonna go downstairs.
Do I get an?
No.
Does that constitute my, for lack of a better term, my major action for this round?
I'll let you get up. If you would like to take a swing at it, it'll be at a disadvantage. So you'll be trying to hit a difficulty 12 to take a swing with something, if you've got something drawn.
I don't have anything drawn.
Okay, then no. Well, you can try and take it hand to hand, but that'll be a difficulty 5. You can try and grapple with it.
I guess I'll just stand up and draw my sword. That's good enough. That's safe. Can't fall over doing that.
Okay.
Don't be so sure.
bolts again.
Okay, so the big guy is now going to try and attack Rusev, given Rusev is the one it can sense the best. So I'll get a dodge roll from you, Rusev.
Thank you for distracting.
Not good.
Oh dear.
Alright.
Okay, it connects with one of its sort of mighty green fists. I'll get a might roll to retain your balance.
Depending on the damage, I don't have any might to actually spend as effort.
No.
Okay, you don't manage to retain your balance, so it whacks you and knocks you over, and you start sort of slowly sliding towards the back of the train.
Right. And how much damage did that strike deal?
It'll be 5 minus your armor.
Cool.
Okay. Blargs, it should be your turn. In fact, it probably should have been your turn before that, but now it'll do.
It's good to see that I'm really paying so much attention to when my turn should be. Anyway, I would like to run and attack the big guy, and I have a thing which is a bash move, which does 1 less damage, but it ups rolls against it, assuming it's successful, it ups rolls against it by 1.
Mhm.
So I'd like to run up and try bash it.
Okay. So you move to here and try for a bash. You're trying to hit a 12.
Alright, I will put a point of effort into it.
Okay, you put effort into the roll, so you're trying to hit a 9.
Oh
Yes.
no.
Okay, a swing and a mix. You bring your hand axe around because you changed it for your small axe. And whilst you manage to slice it across the creature, and it opens a very slight tear, it doesn't seem to slow it down at all. But very rapidly, you kind of bring your stance down to give Nova a clear shot. Because it's Nova's turn.
Okay. Moment of truth.
You know,
Explosive
Jeff
window.
Jones.
Fuck!
Oh.
Oh no.
God damn it.
And it lands on
Do I
Blarg.
cause a cave in instead?
It lands on Blargs and explodes.
Okay, so the crossbow bolt, you sort of line up a shot, and the bolt sails past the giant green creature. You hear a small tink behind you on the track of the train before a bang as an explosion happens behind the train. In the light from the explosion, you can see you haven't damaged the track. So the train, if it needed to go back the other way, it's still good, but you've missed the big guy. Fuck it. Scrapper, your turn.
Balls, balls, balls.
I'm just curious. I haven't actually done anything since assisting Scrapper with his maneuver, so have we gone straight past me?
I think we did. I think it was while you got up, so I'll let you take one now.
Cool. Basically, if I'm kind of like on my back sliding down the train, I'm going to see if I can fish something out of my, like, just around my belt, and try and pull a bit of a Star Wars Hoth maneuver and try and wrap a rope around one of its legs.
Nice.
Here we go.
Okay. You can bring out a rope and sort of throw it around him. To get the throw, it'll be a speed roll, but to get it to wrap around how you want will be another difficulty 5, so you're trying to hit a 15 at the moment.
Okay, so I'm specifically using one of my oddities, which is labeled a 2.5 meter long thin and strong cable, whatever you determine that to be. And I will do effort in that, and I really want this to work, so I'm going to go 2 points of effort.
Okay, so that brings
Come on,
it down
Russo.
to a 9 that you're trying to hit.
Oh yeah.
Nice.
Oh my god. 19.
Okay, so you bring a rope around the edge of the giant creature and give it a yank. It goes sort of into its foot, and then it trips up as it sort of pulls the slimy foot out from underneath it. So it is now lying on its back, for want of a better term, on top of the carriage, and the rope is still sort of embedded within its foot.
Nice.
And it will take some damage from the fall. It will take 2 points of damage. Scrapper, your turn.
Alright, well, since I'm out of harm's way now, I can spend an action to recover, right?
You can. So 1d6
Yeah, so,
plus your
yeah.
1d6 plus 1 back into your pools.
Okay. Alright.
Nice roll.
And those are all going back into my might pool. There we go. And I'm back up to 7, so I'm no longer one off unconsciousness.
No. Fetus,
Yes.
what would you like to do?
Cry?
Fetus takes an action to cry.
Intellect roll.
Stealing my moves.
What's crying a might roll? How many tears coming out?
What on earth can I
Mighty
do?
tears.
No, it's a might save against crying.
Can I contemplate my existence and why we're all here?
That's certainly an intellect roll.
Oh goodness.
You know, there's that other one guy no one's gone after yet. He's still there.
Yeah, can I
just
try
like
and
rule of
peel
cool
the
and just
skin off that one?
flying kick across.
Just slash
Rufus' body.
right down its front with my razor ring.
You can go for a slash. Go for a slash, right. You can attempt to slash at the other creature by moving to there.
Don't roll a d29. That's not gonna. All right, here we go.
Then you might be able to hit those difficulties. You manage to slash sort of diagonally across the creature and open the now familiar green oozing wound. It recoils for a sec, and still eerily silent, starts trying to push the skin on its chest together.
Okay.
And now the turn goes to Ranger again. Yes, Ranger. Is that right?
All right. Overhead. Overhead swing with the broadsword
Yep, onto the guy in front of you.
onto the guy in front of me.
Okay.
Boom. 16.
Okay. You slash it diagonally in the other direction as it comes down from Fetus, and you see it sort of stand still for a moment. And then the two edges along the edge where you slash it sort of slide apart along a seam, and it bisects into two diagonal halves and perishes.
Nice.
Does it pinata?
It's a bit of a spurter, so sort of green starts gushing out of the bottom half, and from where the top half is there, which can make it's making the surface a little bit slippery, but you're the other side of the puddle.
All right.
Okay, now the turn is should be Roos again. Let me look at my rolls up here. Yes, Roosef. I think it's your turn. 13.
Right.
Sorry, no. Blargs, 14. Yours is after Blargs.
Yes. Well, after how blistering successful my attempt at bashing this guy was last time, I'm going to attempt to do exactly the same thing again this time,
Yes, okay.
including the point of effort and all that jazz. So, let's just roll this and fail miserably and get it over and done with. Oh my god, that wasn't a
bad.
failure.
Okay, it's a solid hit. Your axe embeds deep within its sort of slimy surface, and as your axe goes in, you manage to, and you try to pull it back out, you manage to grab a big hunk of slime out of its shoulder and sort of shake it off. You notice as you pull your axe out after doing your damage to it, some of the viral traces that had been within the surface of the creature are now down your arm, but not on the metal surface of your axe. It sort of
Why do I
turns.
feel like you're trying to tell us something with that?
It turns to sense you.
I'm wondering
Roosef.
why this thing has such good traction on the roof of the train.
Because it's a
If it
little bit
doesn't
sticky,
stick to metal.
It doesn't, though.
but it's got a big surface area.
Yeah.
Low center of gravity.
And it is still prone, so that was a sort of downward swing.
No, that's true.
Flap.
I'm curious, how tall are we, like, compared to where we were in the carriage? Is it about a couple meters?
In terms of the tunnel,
In terms of, like, we're on the roof, so how high are we in comparison to, like, where we were inside the carriage?
it's about 2.5 meters above the floor of the carriage. So yeah, floor of the carriage, 2.5 meters above.
Oh.
Okay, so I'm considering if the
You still got a cable stuck in it.
if the cable's still lodged inside him, I basically want to do a bungee jump back into the carriage and try and leverage the the train's architecture to basically see if I can either yank off that leg.
Okay.
Interesting.
Because you've got the cable in it, it's actually a fairly simple action for you. So you will just need to jump in there for a fairly easy speed roll.
And let's see if
Before
I don't drop it.
Nice.
Nice.
16 again.
Okay.
Everyone's
Three
getting
16s in a
back-
row, yeah.
You jump back into the carriage and you drag it along with you. It sort of hits the lip at the edge of the hatch. I'll just move you out of the way for now. So you're back inside the carriage. It's now wedged over the top of the hatch, and you're sort of pulling it down in, so it's wedged in the top of it, and can't readily get out because you're still pulling down on it. It's going to try and flail wildly at you, Fetus, because you're closest,
Excellent.
but it's at a disadvantage, so it's a pretty easy speed roll to dodge.
No effort.
It manages to sort of sweep by and connect into your leg, but it's not going to do much damage, so that'll only be 3 points minus your armor of might damage.
Okay. This is getting close. Cool.
What's your might at?
5.
My might's at 1.
So was mine for a time.
And everyone's acted so Nova.
Okay.
It's now not looking real healthy in
I was
the
going
top.
to say,
It's over the
Assassin's
top of the
Creed, I'll jump to try and just embed my knife in its face.
Okay. So that'll also be a simple speed roll for you because it's pretty wedged in there, so you'll be able to jump on it pretty readily.
Oh my god. That's a 3.
How easy
You know
was
what?
it?
Even though it's low, because it's actually a fairly easy jump, you jump on top of it, but you don't manage to get your knife in because what happens is as you jump on it, your weight causes it to sort of push through the hole in the hatch, and it lands inside the carriage with you on top of it. From the fall from the roof, you land a little bit funny and take 2 points of might damage.
Mm-hmm.
But the creature hits the ground and sort of collapses like a water balloon, leaving green slime across the inside of the carriage, but it is dead. And as you came down, Rusev managed to get out of the road.
Good. I was wondering that.
Yes, you have defeated the creature, but then you feel a slight jolt as the train accelerates back up to its previous speed. So I'd all be getting inside as quick as you can. But you're now out of combat.
Quickly and safely.
After 4 weeks, you're out of combat.
3 kills.
I almost died.
I'm healing.
Okay, you've got enough time on the train to take a couple of major heals, if you'd
Wow.
like.
Yeah, I need to badly, so same roll.
Ooh.
One. Huh. Again
Sweet.
with the 6. Okay, so that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That makes might back up to 12 and speed to 11. Awesome.
Gee,
Nice.
these 6 rolls are brilliant. Well, except for
Is that
Rusev.
Rusev's?
Shut up.
Okay, yeah,
Okay.
I'm definitely going to be heading back inside through the probably through the hatch. Just giving everyone just a pat on the shoulders, like, good work, gents.
Okay, so
If you had
You
just
move-
let me kick it through the window.
okay, would anyone like to examine the slime other than to souvenir it?
Damn it.
I assume you
I
can
would-
take some slime as a souvenir.
Thank
It's,
you.
it's biological. I won't be interested in it at all.
I would like to basically, with my blade, try and carefully sort of like get the whatever remains of the light glowing goo off me?
Yep. So you using the blade of your knife, sort of slide it under and sort of flick off the bits of light that are on your skin, all the little traces that you'd identified.
Yeah, I do the same thing on my armor. Just
Mhm.
getting rid of it entirely with my knife.
Yep. Rusif, I'd like you to make an intellect roll.
Is this a knowledge Numenera? Or something that would benefit from that?
Something. No, it's just something that you notice as you're doing the trainers, or may notice.
I know nothing.
Okay, to you it's
I'm
just slimy goop. Ranger, I'd like you to make a knowledge, sort of natural knowledge roll. From what you've managed to piece together through the encounter and from something that you once heard as a tall tale back about, you think that the creature was some sort of delivery system for the slime, like the slime tracers.
Right.
Putting two and two together, you sort of think that this could be related to the insidious choir, which is the viral creature that you've all been tasked, I think.
Oh.
You think that these green creatures, you can't be sure until you see another one and see it in another habitat, but you think that the insidious choir uses some sort of host body to perform its will, and you think what you encountered might have been some of them.
Okay.
So is the jelly the insidious choir, or is the little light bit blips inside it the insidious choir?
You probably won't know.
You can't really tell from what you've given you threw. Well, given that you threw half of them off the carriage and the other one you splattered into a billion pieces, you can't sort of tell.
We've still got the foot.
We do still have the foot.
The foot, as you notice, the slime in it is starting to dry out and decay.
Damn it.
Is there anything we can do quickly to preserve it or observe it?
Is there something you've got that you could do that with? Or how would you
Can
try
I
and preserve
ingest
it?
some?
Did you say I ingest some?
Can I ingest some?
You can, you shouldn't.
You can try and ingest some.
I think I want to try a bit.
Oh, wow.
This is coming from the man who currently has a pupa larvae embedded in his spine.
Yep.
I feel like it's affecting his judgment, and we should not listen to him.
You gonna stop him or not?
If he wants
Okay,
to kill himself, by all
I-
means.
will get you two.
this time.
I will get you two to do opposing might rolls to see whether he ingests it. If
What? Me and Fettus.
yes, if you
Yeah.
win the might roll, you slap it out of his hands and take it from you. Fetus, if you win the might roll, you sort of push him back and take a skull out of the top of the foot.
Oh,
Who's rolling first?
3, 2, 1,
One.
roll. Oh.
It's a race to the bottom.
3?
The rest of the party looks on at one of the most pathetic fights they've ever seen.
Are we just going like this?
It ends with Badger sort of pushing Nova onto one of the benches inside the cabin and holding him down while he takes a deep drink of the rotten green slime out of the top of the foot that you recovered.
Oh, no.
Fetus, I will get a might roll to keep it
Oh,
down.
goodness. Let's get higher than 3 this time. Yes!
Oh. 19.
Oh.
You sort of take a deep draft out of the foot, put the foot down, Cross your arms. The taste is not pleasant, but you'll be damned if you're going to show that in front of the rest of the party.
Oh my sides.
You gulp it down, somewhat grudgingly, thinking that you've perhaps bitten off more than you can chew, but other than about 20 minutes later, feeling a bit unsettled in your gut, you managed to drink it with no ill effect.
Wonderful.
Who knew that a man with half metal parts would actually have a still mostly functioning immune system?
Oh, that is fantastic.
No, see, that's the thing. He replaced his immune system with metal parts.
Oh,
Oh, gee.
Oh, I'm actually crying.
That's
I am too. Oh my god.
Okay.
That was the beyond moments of Numenera, I think.
Well,
That's it. I was going to say the story's over. We can't top that.
Pack up, go home.
After about an hour, the carriage you're in begins to slow before coming to a halt at a very similar station to the one where you got on the carriage. However, this station is not in a very good condition. It's in a state of sort of far greater ruin, and a large portion of the ceiling has collapsed, leaving an enormous hole where daylight and weather is sort of coming in. You can see plants growing in the collapse. You can see it's obviously been there for quite some time, and it looks fairly easy to traverse. Would you like to exit the tunnel?
Is this like the other station where we were at, where there's like there's the tunnel itself, then there's like other sort of passageways and things, or is it all caved in?
It looks like what happens is the tunnel had continued on, but because it's caved in, the track doesn't continue. There's only sort of the one carriage. So you think where you were before had been like a central hub station, whereas this is just like an outlying station that was on the way to somewhere else. But because the tunnel is long collapsed, you can't move past it. Okay, would you like to exit the tunnel?
I want to get back into daylight.
Yeah, I'm gonna do the same thing.
Okay. So you move, you pick your way up the rubble outside into the daylight. Those of you who had been slimed, are long dry, so that's not a concern of yours anymore. This area is thick with ruins of previous worlds. You can see sort of stone ruins and ruins made of other substances that you can't really identify, some of which are built to human proportions, some of which are smaller, sort of built to sort of half-human sizes, and some of which whose purpose you can't really ascertain. They're all quite weathered, at least the ones that are made of substances that show weathering. There are still some other substances there that look as pristine as the day they were built. It's a hilly region, and you make your way south and east across some rocky crags into a fairly rough and hilly region. So after making the journey out there, it's going to take you sort of several days' walk to get to the field of towers. You move across this hilly region, past these ruins. You can't really see any signs of habitation. And what creatures you do see are the odd raptor bird, some birds, some closer to bats, some that you can't really put into any regular taxonomy, sort of flying in the sky. And you see small crawling critters around, some large insects about the size of a football, sort of crawling around. Still some that look like a bunch of grapes bunch of sort of red grapes in a sort of goat shape moving around that you identify as a fairly common livestock animal, but these ones look wild. On the second day of travelling, you hear distant screams to the southeast, off the path that you're currently on. Would you like to investigate?
I would.
How far away are we? Like the Field of Towers has the Papacy enclave, doesn't it?
That's where the enclave is, at the Field of Towers, yep.
So I'm just curious if there's people around here. There must be a settlement nearby that we don't know about.
You can still hear screaming. You haven't seen any settlers or anything yet.
Could just be traveling merchants or something like that. So
Well, I'm planning on
Screaming
moving.
merchants.
I'm planning on moving towards where the screaming's coming from, and investigating.
yeah,
Anyone else coming with?
Yep.
Okay. You ascend a rise, and it brings you up to a sort of, over the rise into a plateau covered in black and purple flowers. And you see a large, calm lake about 1.2 kilometres long. Rising out of the lake are some large statues. Where are my statues? There are my statues.
Okay.
not creepy at all.
There
Yeah.
are 6 statues made of metal, synth, and glass, standing about 24 metres above the dead calm surface of the lake. They appear sort of vaguely human or humanoid, but the figures are contorted. Heads and necks are turned around the wrong way, and arms are bent at impossible.
Uh-oh.
It didn't happen again, did it?
He's still
No, he lost
moving.
his mic.
Who's lost his mic?
There we go.
We lost you for a second there. Sorry, can you repeat that last sentence you said?
Okay, the statues are still screaming.
The statues are screaming.
The
Oh.
noise is coming from the statue. It's statues. It's kind of an echoing, so you can't sort of discern if it's coming from their mouth or something else. I'd like to get
How tall are they?
about 24 meters above the surface of the lake, so they're quite large.
Wow. Okay.
Fetus, I'd like you to make an intellect roll.
Absolutely. What am I doing? This is going well.
It can't be that hard.
There we go.
Okay. As someone who's worked on improving his own body and has a familiarity with how humans are supposed to be put together, having replaced many of your own parts, the more you look at these statues, the more you get the sense that they were created by someone or something that only vaguely understood what a human looked like. The more you look at it, the more you realize the anatomy is off.
Okay.
You notice that also notice that the statues aren't all screaming necessarily at once. They sort of, one will scream and then another one will scream, and then 2 of them will scream in unison. It seems random, like it's not a continual scream.
I'm thinking that's not just the wind passing through and over the statues themselves, is it?
Well, put it this way, you've never heard the wind do something like that before, and it seems to have a pretty definite source as coming from the statues.
Okay.
See, we've never seen statues like that either.
No.
No.
Especially not statues that scream.
I don't have anything I can...
Just
really
out of curiosity.
Can I scan or can I sense magic at all in this place?
I'll let you do a scan.
Do a scan? Okay.
Okay. So you scan the area, and there's something else that you realise at the surface of the lake. Usually when you've been to lakes before, there's been signs of wildlife around the edge, and signs of animals coming down to drink or insects buzzing around the surface. The calm surface of the lake, though, appears to have no signs of life on top of it. The other thing you notice is that some of the statues have hoses or rods coming out of them. And as you sort of approach the edge of the shore, you realize that the screaming isn't quite as loud as it should be. If you expected something that size to be screaming, it should be louder.
Huh. Can I? Oh. Can I dip my hand in the lake and try to make sense of? Is it just water?
Before we do that, before you go to that extreme, should we maybe try something a bit more subtle and maybe just like throw a rock into the water and see if that does anything first? See if there's anything to be disturbed.
Don't push me, I'll drink it. Yeah, sure.
Okay, so Nova picks up a stone and throws it into the surface of the lake. The stone hits the surface and disturbs it. You realise it's not water, but it's closer to a thick mud or ooze. It sort of sucks as the stone comes in. Once the stone hits the surface, however, you notice sort of steam and smoke coming out of the impact site, and it puffs out, and you can tell that the stone is sort of being burnt away or consumed quite slowly. It's sort of bubbling out of the hole where it sort of sucked into the surface. After a moment, the surface closes back over where the stone was. It sort of flows back in, but there's still bubbles rising up from below where the stone entered.
Aren't you glad you didn't put your hand in that?
Well, you never know.
Are you looking for another replacement part, are you?
Could do, yeah.
I'm not replacing that one. It won't be my fault that time.
I say, well, we do have we used to have a gelatinous foot that you could have used.
I've still got my Pallone shard. Not that I can think of any use for it.
Okay, just give me 1 second. I just need to grab a book.
Okay.
Now, while he's gone, what can we do to disturb it all?
I'm thinking of just firing at one of them. See what happens.
That's one of the statues.
No, I'm not going to do that.
If only I still had that explosive arrow.
Fire to the crotch.
Damn it, he's back.
We weren't plotting, I swear.
Okay. As you sort of stand staring at the surface of the lake, you hear and sense off in the distance a man riding a creature covered in packs. You identify the creature as an anine, which is a fairly common sort of gentle pack animal, which I am trying to find so I can describe to you. It's sort of a tall and muscular herd animal that rides on 4 legs. The top of it's about 3 to 4 meters off the ground, so he's riding up quite high. And you've seen them eat grass and leaves and everything. They're basically a gentle pack animal. And he's riding it along, loaded with goods. He sort of hails you as he approaches. Well met, travellers. As he approaches, you notice that his skin is covered in a series of elaborate tattoos, some of which sort of shift and glow on the surface. of his
Ooh.
skin.
That's cool.
So he's hailed you.
Yep, I respond basically saying, "Greetings. Do they always do that scream?"
He looks out into the lake and regards the statues and says, "In the village that I come from, these statues are known only as a taboo place. They've been here much longer than my people, or the people of my village anyway. We've never heard the screaming cease, and we've never seen the statues move, but it's not a place we go to."
So why is he here?
Good question. I am on my way into the into the city of Charmond. I'd like to
God.
sell my wares. As you can tell, I'm a tattoo artist by trade, and I think I can, make a couple of bucks there.
I don't think that's such a good idea at the moment.
Actually, if you head to
Charmond
Charmond,
is a city of opportunity.
if you head to Charmond, go to the docks district and meet a guy called Glass Hands. He'll give you some good work.
Glass hands. Oh, thanks for the tip, sir.
Might be a city of opportunity, but at the moment it's a city in chaos, isn't it?
It's a city of opportunism, whether it's a city of opportunity or not.
As he he moves forward and brings his Anine to a stop, and he away from the lake, of course, and he gets down off of it. As you get close to him, you can see he's a sort of thin, wiry man in his late 20s, with black hair and greenish yellow eyes. He's covered with tattoos, some of which are those moving tattoos and flickering tattoos, some of which just look like regular ink. He has a metallic skeleton of a dragon wrapped around his right arm, a large, beautiful piece of work that looks like the metallic skeleton of a dragon.
Nice.
Very impressive.
I would like to ask him about these tattoos with the intention of perhaps getting one.
Okay. And he says, "Well, I have all of my gear here in my pack. I'm a bit of a specialist myself. I have 20 for 20 shins I can an interesting good that I could trade in Charmond. I might be able to inscribe you a little something."
Deal. Done.
Do you actually
Okay.
have enough skin?
I had 22, but Blugs didn't pick one up, so now I've got 21.
Not enough shins. Did you have enough skin left?
Oh, enough skin. Pardon me. Yeah, I think so.
Okay. Well, what he says to you is, "Well, I can inscribe. I've probably got enough ink here with me for maybe 2 or 3 of you if I stretch it. I can inscribe a tattoo that'll help you sense something, but as it's a special kind of ink, it's only one use. You'll be able to sense either a temperature or a bioelectrical field, radio waves, or some sort of electrical energy. I have an ink of each of those and can inscribe it in a pattern that'll bring that out. 20 shins apiece."
Huh.
Okay. I'm keen.
I sadly shake my head and just say, "Unfortunately, I do not have that much on me."
Yeah, it's a bit rich for me.
Would the artist accept a Pallone shard as payment for one of our other travellers?
He sort of regards the shard up and down and says, "I'm not sure I want to be taking viscera from some distant creature as payment, but thank you for your offer."
Okay. I'll trade a.
He's going to
I'll
use
trade my
wisdom.
razor ring.
Oh.
Isn't your razor ring your only weapon?
No, I've got a poison ring as well.
That's limited use though.
Oh, is it? I'll trade my poison ring.
Okay. He says, well, I'm sure I'll be able to find a buyer for that. That glass hands fellow, would he be a good person to seek out in trade for such an item?
In
He
trade,
does
absolutely.
trade with such devices, yes.
Isn't he the one we got it from?
No. We got
No.
that one from Borogal.
Ah, okay.
Yes, that's right.
Okay, so he reaches up to his creature's pack and brings out a small sort of tattoo kit and sits down cross-legged on the ground and beckons you over next to him. You see him sort of pull out another little vial and sterilize the needle, and then he pulls out a bottle with about that much left in it and loads up the tattoo gun, and he says, "This may sting a bit,"
Of course.
and he begins work tattooing your upper arm. It takes about 30 minutes per tattoo for the three of you are tattooed. After he's finished tattooing you, Fetus, he says, this one will help you find heat sources once you're looking for them, once you activate it, of course. Where the temperature is, where they are, and so on. I've always found tattoos like this are great for, night when you're trying to find your way back to a campsite.
Okay.
Also, while they're doing this, I'm also just gonna just sit down on the on the side somewhere and just recover the last of my lost points while they do these tattoos.
Yep, sure.
Awesome, thank you.
While he's working on mine, I'm going to ask how exactly we activate them. Since he hasn't really explained that to us.
Hey, there's an idea.
Yeah, just activate them. It'll tell you what you need to know. Yeah, okay, how?
Usually when you... look, I'll put a line on these. If you just bend over, and he sort of makes a couple of dots at the back of your spine. Says, now it should give it a little while and it will sense into your nervous system. Yours, sir, will help you identify trans-dimensional energy. So you'll be able to use that to identify things like portals, creatures from other dimensions, anything that's not come from here.
Doors out of phase?
Phase door. I've heard of phase doors, I suppose so.
I've actually still got mine.
Cool. Thank you very much.
And
How do
who was
I-
getting... Sorry?
Your payment.
Ha.
We're just handing over his shins.
Thank you. You
In
should
the
sit down
face.
nicely in Charmont.
So who
Rhys,
else
if you
was
were
getting
saying?
one?
I wasn't getting one, no.
I'm just now tweaking around with my crossbow while I wait, because now I'm sort of getting a little bit bored watching these people get tattooed.
Okay, Blargs, were you going to get a tattoo?
Yeah, but I got
paid
it
for
as
one
well.
extra.
But
There we
I'd
go.
like to specify, just so that everyone knows, I want a tattoo in the shape of an axe, so that people know what I like.
Okay.
I thought it would be a woman, if that would be the case.
There are two loves in my life.
A woman holding an axe.
That'd
That'll
be-
be really satisfying.
There's three loves, women, axes, and flexing. Get it right.
Okay, that's right, yeah. A woman
Okay,
flexing holding an axe.
he pulls out another bottle and says, this is a special one. I hope I'll be able to get more of this in Charmon. This one will help you detect bioelectrical fields that most living creatures push off within a long range. So it will help you detect creatures within buildings and any biological things within a certain distance. Yeah, a long range, so within sort of about 100 feet, through walls as well, and that goes for all of you. This through walls with all of these.
Cool.
Cool beans.
So he packs his starts packing his kit up and says, "By the way, I've heard of if you're traveling that way, I wouldn't advise going near the Field of Towers. I heard there's been some sort of disturbance there. You might want to steer clear."
What of the Enclave?
Well, when I left on my journey, the Enclave hadn't been heard for in several days.
Hmm.
Well then.
Okay. Thanks for the tip.
I would basically say to him, when you get to Charmond, I would be careful. There is word of civil unrest due to the political situation there at the moment.
Get him in contact with the special squad in the police.
We
Yeah,
were the
Drop
special
Ranger's name, they'll help you out.
I generally find as a merchant I do my best to stay away from the law, in both regards. Both sides, you know. Especially when you're a tattoo artist, they tend to assume things about you. But thank you.
Yeah,
With
I
that,
give an understanding nod about keeping away from the law with their trade.
Okay. He boards back onto his Anine, packing away in there, sort of throws his hood back over and says, "I wish you luck on the rest of your journey, and if you do end up back in Charmond, we may meet again." And with that, he spurs his creature on and starts walking to the west.
I nod to him and say, safe travels.
Okay. And I might leave it there rather than go on to the next scene.
Okay, no worries.
Well, that was productive.
Oh yeah, we almost all died.
Hey, I was fine.
But you
We
didn't.
almost got trampled by Flubber's angry cousin.
Yeah, but we didn't die.
No, we didn't. We were very
And
close.
I drank from a foot.
That's the Bjorn moment of Numenera right there.
So what is my tattoo again? Activate it to sense... What am I sensing?
Okay, you can sense trans-dimensional energy.
That's right.
Fetus
Can sense heat.
can sense temperature. And Blargs can detect bioelectrical fields.
Nice.
We'll soon see whether or not that was a waste of your money. We'll find out.
Well, they behave like a cipher, so it's a one use.
Yeah.
Cool.
And once that, the tattoo will fade. You can choose to keep whether it fades totally away or remains just as an inert pattern.
All right.
Wonderful.
Okie doke. Anyway, gentlemen, thanks for playing.
That's right, thank you.
Thank you.
Internet works smoothly this week, which is good.
Yes.
That's
Awesome.
And 2 weeks good for. Well, I know Nova, you're heading away.
Yes, I'll be out overseas for the next 3 weeks or so.
It's okay.
I should be back for the session after next.
You can get to know the screaming statues. You'll be fine.
Maybe you got a nasty infection from splash damage from those creatures a couple of days ago.
Yeah.
Maybe you accidentally drank some of the green goo.
And didn't roll a 19 to hold it down.
So yeah, we'll aim for the 28th.
Yep.
Sounds good.
But of course, we'll notify you in the usual manner.
Okay.
Alrighty.
No worries.
All right.
Catch you later.
Have a good one.
Cheers,
Bye.
guys.
Later.